don't be ashamed to prioritize your needs. We're in the midst of a Mars-ruled eclipse season, but despite the passionate momentum stemming from this fiery planet, the energies continue to bring us inward in order to get clear on what it is we're truly feeling. With that said, it's no wonder these three zodiac signs will have the worst week of May 1st to May 7th, as they are more likely to feel challenged by their emotional triggers. Take a moment to yourself, so you can reflect on your growth and transformation. If you want to be more specific in your self-exploration, think back to January 2022 when the nodes of destiny first entered the astrological axis of Taurus and Scorpio. Where do these two fixed signs live in your birth chart? In addition to Scorpio's modern ruler, Pluto, stationing retrograde in Aquarius for the first time, this week's penumbral lunar eclipse, May 5th, will be the last via this fixed water sign for almost a decade. Co-ruled by Mars whilst transiting the hypersensitive sign of Cancer, there's no escaping the emotionality of this week's eclipse. In the meantime, the week kicks off with Pluto stationing retrograde and a Sun-Mercury retrograde cazimi in Taurus on May 1st. There's nothing wrong with having hopes and aspirations, but this energy is really asking us to be realistic with ourselves and what it is we're trying to build and strengthen in our lives. The irony of this is that Taurus ruler, Venus, will eventually face off with hazy Neptune, triggering restlessness and feelings of confusion. This, too, shall pass. If your sun sign and/or rising sign happens to fall under any of these zodiac signs, here's why it's important to slow down this week. Taurus. Being stubborn comes with the turf when you're a fixed earth sign, but this doesn't mean you don't break character on occasion. Speaking of which, Pluto retrograde will begin to backspin through Aquarius and your 10th house of authority on May 1st, which means it's time to be brutally honest with yourself about your purpose and soul mission. The Sun and Mercury retrograde will also cazimi, join forces, in your sign, bringing enlightenment and clarity on next steps. If something comes back around for review, it's not a coincidence. Just hours before this week's supercharged lunar eclipse, your celestial ruler, Venus, will go head-to-head with evasive Neptune, so be sure to ground yourself as this is, unfortunately, very timely with everything else going on in the cosmos. More importantly, if you're suddenly second-guessing your sense of self-worth and/or value systems, no need to spiral or stress the uncertainties. After all, the lunar eclipse will touch down on your relationship sector, so you'll have more than enough on your plate. Take this time to go within and prioritize yourself instead. Leo. On May 1st, shadowy Pluto will begin its annual backspin through the socially conscious sign of Aquarius, via your committed 7th house of agreements, partnerships, and significant others. Whether personally or in terms of your authority, this is an opportunity for you to reflect on the areas where your power has been taken away from you. Ironically, the Sun, your planetary ruler, will join Mercury retrograde in a cazimi via your 10th house of career, which means you're likely being nudged with a newfound perspective. Unexpected conversations could also be triggering, so think before you lash out on a superior. Shortly after, whilst transiting your 11th house of community affairs and individual freedom, Venus will face off with Neptune via your 8th house of intimate unions and energetic exchanges. Be sure to set firm boundaries, and don't mix business with pleasure. It's also important to be discerning when partaking in chatty exchanges with coworkers and those in your network of business. Information could seem discouraging, but not everything is as it seems. As for the lunar eclipse on May 5th, it will activate your 4th house of home, family, and personal foundations, and bring a life-changing culmination in the process. If you're in your feelings, don't be ashamed of your vulnerability. You're purging and releasing, so be gentle with yourself. Sagittarius. Don't make plans without double and triple checking your calendar. The Sun will join Mercury retrograde in a cazimi in Taurus on May 1st, and all while its ruler transits your 7th house of committed partnerships and significant others. News about a partnership could catch you off guard, but something important is being brought to your attention in the process. If signatures are involved, read the fine print, especially with Pluto stationing retrograde in your communication sector that same day. Before concluding its journey through your 7th house of compromise and committed partnerships, Venus will square hazy Neptune in your 4th house of home, family matters and innermost feelings. Having second thoughts all of a sudden? Be it personally or professionally, you're prone to overthinking a recent plan and second-guessing next steps under this restless transit. However, with the lunar eclipse in Scorpio charging up your 12th house of sacrifices and unconscious patterns, hidden truths will also be coming to the surface. This could be everything from your life behind the scenes to a subconscious codependency you're in denial about. Be honest with yourself.